got something to say. I got something to say. We all got something to say. Speak up, stand up, wake up, get down. Everybody in the world know your feelings. Speak a little more love in this space. I got something to say.
And welcome to another night. Look at her. She's so sassy tonight, y'all. Listen. Welcome to another night within the chair with Montee and Mimi. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being with us. Whoa, what was that?
That was a heart. I was giving everybody our heart.
Do it again. Let me see this heart. Do it again. So what's up, Mimi? I love this lipstick tonight. It's my shirt. What's up, girl?
I put on a little extra coat today. You know,
I like it, and your eyes are
little, you know.
Where you been? Where you been?
Child. So the kids decided last night that they wanted to try out for track today at 5:30. Come on. So I go on up there, and the kids don't understand when you tell them, because I'm not back at work fully yet. I make different things happen, but I ain't able to floss like I usually do.
What's up?
So they talk about that. I go up there and I thought the registration was $25, right? So I got two kids out on the track because the third one, he like, Mom, that's my chunky one. He said no, I'm not. He said no, I really don't want to run. It's a little hot and I don't like exercising. He said, because he lost 14 pounds. He's like, I'm committed to getting to my costume for Halloween, but I don't want to just do track. I said, well, cool. I appreciate you. That way you ain't wasting mommy's money. So the mother two, I gets up there. I'm thinking it's $25 because my brother got his kids up there. Child, they said it's $125. I said, bitch, do y'all? That's what I said.
To run?
Yes. I said, what's they gonna be doing?
What's up, Shawanda? To run?
Hi, Shawanda. So I said, well, do you take credit card, man? She said, no, cash or money order. I said, well, can we do cash app? She said, yeah. And so thank God only one of them right now. One, because I got to come back tomorrow and give the birth certificates and stuff, But
Is this a summer program or something?
It's just I think it's the start, to see if they really interested in stuff and all that. Hey, Kim,
what's up, girl?
To see what they really interested in. But yeah, so thank God the youngest one, he was like, yeah, he said my coach said I was really good, but I said, well, do you want to run track? Because that means another $125 and. Because I was only prepared for one today. And hey, Will. And I have to do shoes and cleats and you gotta have practice shoes and then regular competition shoes and we got uniforms. So the baby he said, nah, I don't think I want to run track. I don't want to waste your money. I said, well, thank you, God. You said they can run around your house.
Run around my house. Listen.
So, basically, I just literally got back home 15 minutes ago.
Oh, wow. So, listen. What's up, Miss Lula? Oh, I love her. What's up, Miss Lula? So, listen, she calls me her sweet Lamont. That's what she's been calling me forever. I love you too, Miss Lula. So, listen, my child, if anybody is hiring a 15-year-old, please send us email or something, and we will forward you our resume, Josiah's resume. He has a resume. He wants a job so bad. Listen.
Is he driving? Can he get? I'm saying, because I know he drive. I know the conversations we done had. Is he official? Can he drive something to work?
We can get him to work.
Okay, because I know Chick-fil-A and I know 1,000 Degrees Pizza in Largo. And they always looking for young black men, because I know the owner. They always looking for young black men.
So we are trying to give him a job. Yeah. He was on it. Listen, he went off on McDonald's because they were supposed to call him back. They tell him they would call him back, and they didn't call him back. So McDonald's is like right across the street from my house where we live.
But
So
tell him it ain't meant something bad was gonna happen if he went in there.
He went over there and told him. They said, "Well, the manager's not here." He said, "Well, that's what y'all said. That the manager was supposed to call me yesterday and ain't called yet." So I said, "Just don't keep going over there like that. Don't keep over. Let's try other venues." But he is very dedicated and he wants a job. So and plus that keeps him at his daddy's pocket. And so yes, if you're hiring and you see the show, please let me know. He's very intelligent. He's respectful.
I'm gonna find that baby a job. Don't even worry about it. I'm on it. I'm gonna find that baby a job because I understand.
So listen, y'all, we are doing something tonight totally different. Normally, you know, I will call Mimi and say, "Listen, this is what we talking about," or I wait until we get on the show and be like, "Girl, this is what we talking about."
Normally, yeah, I don't get no phone call because that's a whole nother scenario right there. I find out when y'all find out when he posted on the page.
Can I finish? Can I finish?
Go ahead. Go ahead, Sugarfoot. Go on.
Oh, so now you calling me sweet? So
it was not derogatory. I was sending love.
Honey, listen.
That was love. Oh,
listen, you know, I don't care. What's up, Brian? I will see you shortly, Brian. Actually, I'm going to Dallas for my cousin's wedding. And they have requested that I bring Mimi to Dallas with me.
I think when we gone?
Lord,
when is the wedding?
We'll talk about it, Mimi. So listen.
There you go. Brian, Sugar, I'm coming. I'm coming to the wedding.
Look, they talk about bringing Mimi too. So like, yes, my family is having this big wedding and stuff. So anyway, that's a whole nother story. LaCrease is getting married. I'm so excited for her. And then the next day, like my cousin is having her 50th birthday party. It's a white party. So we're going to show out.
Oh, yeah. So, let me know now because I can get a ticket for under $200. I got to, I got to plan my coin.
Talking about we can leave Ford at the airport like I ain't gonna rent a car. You got me all messed up. What's up, Yolanda? Leslie Brown says she has work for the young man.
That's on Leslie, yeah.
Leslie
she said she got work for him.
All right, so listen.
Yeah.
So listen. Tonight we're doing something totally different. Like I said, normally we're like, Mimi, this is what we talking about or whatever. So tonight, listen, I'm the co-host. Mimi is the host. Mimi is running this show tonight. I'm just here. Like if she asks me something, I'm gonna answer. I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do. But I want y'all to know y'all are in good hands. Mimi is driving this car, and I'm on the passenger tonight. So Mimi, take over, girl.
Yeah. So where's Miss Gigi? Where did she go? We need to bring her back in because tonight is about what's the scenario. And actually, I want this to be like we do our letters once a month. I think we need to do what's the scenario once a month too.
Okay.
I think so.
What's up, Tracy?
Hey, my China doll.
Hi, darling.
I know she ain't from China, but she does.
Okay, that's all right. Hey, I'm everything that is under the rainbow. Okay, there we go. Under, over, it don't matter. I'm here. It's all love. How's everybody?
Yeah, good. Does everybody have a drink tonight?
I have.
This is flavored water, and I'm gonna tell you why. You don't see all this swollenness right here, so I'm coming down off of medication.
It's okay.
And it was steroids in it, and it blew me up. So y'all know I am not happy about that for two reasons. I struggled to lose my little 13 pounds, and it put them back
right.
on me. I don't have no neck, so I can't afford to, I'll deal with it. It is what it is, girl.
I wasn't ready.
It was okay. Neither
well,
was
I'm
I.
being cultured tonight. I'm drinking red.
You drinking red wine tonight?
Yeah.
My favorite.
So I'm not going to disclose what I'm having.
There's something with pineapple juice in it.
Oh, you better know, girl.
Yes, I know. I know my liquids.
It has
all our specialties. Hold on, wait a minute. What's going on?
So is that Malibu or is it tequila?
No.
Or is it vodka?
No. Go, Mimi. This your show. Go, girl.
Okay, so tonight is what's the scenario? Okay. So tonight's word that we're gonna drink on is gonna be damn. That's what we're gonna drink. Anytime you hear damn. Yep, damn. Yeah.
Drink it
we're gonna drink on it. Huh?
Oh, I was speaking.
Oh, okay. So tonight, the first scenario, listen very closely.
Okay.
So you meet someone, they check off all the boxes, okay? And instantly you are totally attracted. I mean, 100% chemistry that you have with them. But you have and you have a real connection and everything is going perfectly. But the other person starts to question all of the people that you have in common on social media.
Mm.
But you do nothing about it. You just, shuck it off and you continue to date. Now, fast forward. You are now in an exclusive, loving, and sexual relationship, and he proposes, only to find out that you are fourth cousins. What do you do? That's real shit. Yeah.
Fourth cousins?
I have
Fourth.
to fix this. Mm.
Because if it's normally second or third, you gonna see him. But fourth, that's a real thing where y'all don't, especially if you come from a big family, you don't always see each other. So
Can I say damn first? Damn.
oh yeah. Good. I was waiting for a reason to drink.
So I have questions.
Mm-hmm.
Fourth cousin. Can you put that in terms for me? Because fourth cousin, so that means that he's not my mama's sister's son, and it goes further down. So it's not.
It's further down the line. Yeah.
So then.
But you know that you cousins.
It's in the bloodline.
Mm. Yeah, you cousins.
But we never slept together.
You said what? Yeah, y'all done already did. Yeah,
that's right. You did say that.
Y'all done already did the grown up. No, nobody knew. Nobody knew.
Do it though.
Okay.
You said what?
I actually have a real live scenario of this, and they are married with 5 children to this day happily. Because of this scenario, they did not know until a family reunion that he was invited to, her family reunion. When they got there, his mama, her, everybody went.
Child, I'm reading these comments. I didn't know this was as common as it is.
Yes.
I mean, so this is normal apparently. Well, you know what? So my question is, this is my question. How many times did they do it?
Do it matter? They about to get married. I mean, you about to propose, so they proposed a lot.
Well, it probably has happened a lot. So
I mean, once you hop once, you can't take it back.
So my thing was gonna be, I was just gonna try to make light of the situation. I was gonna say, well, my cousin was screwing me for years. My first cousin, the one that was molesting me.
Now, how that go light? You done went dark. Real damn. I need a drink. Good Lord.
Hold on.
Well, I guess it was good on Lashley because he about to propose.
So my thing is, I guess, fourth cousins. I'm reading the comments and people are saying that people actually got married. And people are saying, I say something there. So they keep saying that.
Yeah, we gonna be drunk before we get to the next damn topic.
So my thing is, I guess it just really, really depends on the relationship for me. If we were fourth cousins and we've already done it and we've established a relationship and we've been together for a little bit and they're proposing, I guess, Mimi, I guess I gotta say yes to the ring. Say yes to the
Hey, let me tell you this, and I'm gonna say this, as I know, normally when we're reading the letters, I get in my thing. Tonight, this is a 100% no judgment zone. So whatever you say, you are in a safe place.
So my thing is, I guess, because we're fourth cousins, I don't know. It would depend on, so apparently I've never seen this fourth cousin. So apparently, nobody else has been around to see this fourth cousin. So I guess.
I mean, these comments are taking me out.
Right. So I guess for me, it would be a yes to the suit, yes to the ring. But listen, and nowadays, Brian said, "God dang, what?"
Terry gonna get fit. I could probably drink this whole bottle tonight.
So I guess I don't know. I guess it depends on how close I'm to this dude. How long?
Well, I mean, if you're about to get married, that's oh, God damn it.
So I guess it really depends. How long I've been talking to this man.
I mean, that's the thing. That's what I said. I laid it out and I'm gonna say for me. So when you talk about fourth cousin, I'm gonna break it down. So I'm gonna just do it hypothetically. So that would be my mama. She got a first cousin. That first cousin had a baby. So that's second cousin, right? First cousin. So that person would be my second cousin. Hold up. I'm doing it.
See, you can't even do it. You can't even do it.
Look, no, you messed me up. I was about to carry my one.
Wait. Debbie says, I think he knew. And I do too, because if you go back to your scenario, you said that y'all would get into arguments or he had problems with
I didn't say no arguments. I said he made hold on, what did I say? Hold on.
He questioned the people on Facebook.
Question all the people that we had in common. But let me say this. Now we have social media, but I have a lot of people on my list on my friends page because I have.
It's over. No, I wasn't raised like that. It's over. But Miss Lula,
Miss Lula, I don't know. I don't believe Miss Lula. If he checked all them boxes, now this day and time, I ain't talking about back in the day. I'm talking about now. You know how hard it is to find a man that's good looking, straight, financially stable, generous with his money with you, good in bed.
Good in bed if he got kids. Okay.
But this is the thing. Miss Lula, I want you to look at this. He's checked off all the boxes and y'all didn't do
all the boxes. Do I need to tell Miss Lula all the things that's happening again one more time?
No.
No, she got it. Okay. She just think we nasty. So.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna go on and go with it. I'm gonna go with it. I'm moving out the camera. I'm trying to move.
What you doing, Gigi?
Well, I wasn't raised like that either, but damn, I can't get everything in somebody that ain't related to me. Might as well.
But wait. This is the crazy part about it. Who do we invite to the wedding?
Everybody.
Obviously, everybody. There's a whole side of family you don't know, so there's gonna be some new damn people.
Wait, but then what if your family put some strong genes? When they notice the similarities laying their sleep, damn, like he looked like Uncle Willie Earl.
Well, all I can say, my grandparents on both sides was first cousins, so I know. We got a lot of shit now for him.
Mm-hmm.
Your grandparents?
Wait a minute, great grandchild.
My granddaddy's mom and daddy on my mama's side was first cousins.
Your mama, say it again. Your grandparents.
My granddaddy's parents.
Uh-huh.
So my great grandparents was first cousins. Mm-hmm. And then when I told my daddy that, when I was told my mom and dad, because we did like a little, I've been tracing the family tree, and I said, hold up, we got a Tillman side.
He
and a Tillman, but I said, wait, well, what's but see, the Tillman side is really, really attractive. So I guess they said we're gonna keep all this fine in the family. And my dad is, his
Right.
side. Well, I mean, unless if you have kids, I mean, it's kind of down the line. They ain't gonna be, real fucked up. The genes ain't real close.
I can't have kids, so I'm good.
Well, I wouldn't. Honey, my eggs is powdered, so it don't matter.
Oh, yes, powdered milk and powdered eggs. Oh,
Child, who you telling?
So like, if I'm with a man, we ain't gonna have no baby, so we good. The only issue with Curtis is if I decide to lay with a woman, then we could have a baby. But that's nasty.
You're the too many folks on this earth. But see, the way I look at it too, in the slave trade, everything was a little mixed up. So we don't know. You could probably already dated your cousin.
You know what?
I mean, for real. Because some folks got sold off and, down the road, and then they done picked up and started doing that. So that's why, you meet people. We all got a doppelganger somewhere. And folks be like, damn, you look like such and such. That's because they related, but the shit got all messed up in the slave trade. So we don't know where our kinfolk ended up.
Family tree grows straight up, huh?
Yeah.
We just gluing limbs on.
Listen, awkwardly real posted on here, Monty, you having kids would be gorgeous. Listen, I'm 44. I don't want no kids. I'm good. I got.
Well, you already got two, but you got some folks that want you to have some now.
Yeah. I do have some people that would love for me to have children with them, and they be telling me, but I don't want no kids. I'm good. Listen, this 15-year-old, I got 3 more years, and he out my house.
He is not out your daggone house. He's just gonna be more expensive. But let's get back to topic.
Go, Mimi.
Get him a job.
So Gigi, what was your answer?
My answer was just, look, I wasn't raised that way either. I would have to, we didn't already did the do. So, at this point, I would really have to consider, once I find out, I might have to go look somewhere else in the family. No, I'm joking. We might have to go look somewhere else.
You done. That's a whole nother scenario there.
Hey, they want us to have a baby.
Our baby would be cute, though.
It would be cute.
And at least I know your ass to take care of it.
So
I can't, Mimi. I'm sorry. It'd be a no for me. I'm gonna be honest with you. It would have to, because at this point it would be so awkward. The fact that we've already slept together, there's no children involved, so just clean split.
That ain't no clean split.
We got to be
in the dating pool out here.
Yes. Yes.
The person is straight. That means they don't like. They don't like. You said what?
I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay in this relationship.
I know this is gonna be odd because we don't never agree. But I think my black ass staying too.
Okay, well then I'm odd woman out today.
It's okay. It's all right.
I got to go because it's just going to become and knowing what I know about my family, and damn, we all related. Oh, we're gonna be divorced in less than 6 months anyway.
See, we would just have to be real strategic. We really wouldn't be going to no family reunions together.
That's what I was gonna say. I just wouldn't tell anybody. What's up, Anthony? I just wouldn't tell anyone.
I got to pull some more damn wine, fucking with y'all.
All right.
I just won't tell anybody. I think that I'm gonna stay in this relationship, and we're gonna try to make it work. And
not tell anybody. What's the fun in that?
Well, let me ask you a question, Miss Gigi. And this is gonna be kind of personal. But I'm gonna ask this question. Did you ever have a cousin that you saw that was just so fine? Like one of your cousins be like, damn, he fine. Oh, drink.
Unfortunately, hell no. No. I hate to say it, but no. I thank God every day that none of my cousins I am attracted to physically.
I didn't say attracted to. I just said, damn, he fine.
I mean, that's the way I
it's been a whole lot of drinking.
Damn, he fine. You know, like, ooh, no.
I mean,
and my family tree. Well, maybe this will help explain. Most of my family is in another country, and for the ones the ones that are here, I could never look at them like that anyway. But I think that they're beautiful people for other women. Does that make sense?
I mean, I've been to family reunion.
Well, it's different when it's like first or second
now,
cousin.
I'll be honest, my husband's family. Now, I have been like, oh damn, like, wait a minute, you want to kill one? So, but you know, he know me. I'm just fresh anyway.
So,
but
I've been to family reunions and saw some cousin. I was just like, dang, that's my cousin or whatever, you know. And you'd be like, I agree. We're related, so you know that's never gonna happen. You know, however, I've seen some cousins. I'll be like, oh, he's real good looking. He's cute. He cute. You cute. You know, and we do that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So thank you, Debbie. Oh, you made my day, girl. You made my day.
Debbie.
When you can see people that they're beautiful, that's wonderful. You know, that's wonderful. I just don't think that you have to. What's up, Lucrease? That's whose wedding I'm going to, y'all, next month.
We be there, Lucrease. What's the color?
All of us got me. What's the color?
What's the color?
So
it ain't too many colors I don't look good in, so that won't be on.
Exactly.
But yeah, I've seen I have cousins that I was just like, oh, he's cute. Now that one cousin that took advantage of me, that molested me, I actually fell in love with him because he was fine. You know, he was fine. But then, you know, that's a whole nother story, Chad.
Yeah, that's a whole nother. We got to unpack that on another show.
Look, she's talking about navy, burgundy, and rose gold. She told you the colors.
Navy,
look,
rose gold. Yeah, that'll be my thing. Yeah. But see, the reason why I would say, it's because I'm a 46-year-old woman. Okay. So, which means, and I know how I am. So, I find somebody that can deal with my ass. That ain't no small feat. Okay. No. Then he got enough, you know, he's financially stable where I'm comfortable enough, which is no small feat. Because I asked for a whole lot. Even though I'm 46, I asked for a lot of shit.
It's okay.
Sex good, kids like them, you know, everything good. I can't see me going out and say, you know, yeah, we gonna start over. I'm like, fuck it, just keep your mouth shut. You know,
you just wouldn't
like, go back to Color Purple. Won't nobody know but you and God. You know, that's how it's gonna be.
Mimi, go to your next scenario, girl.
Yes, yeah. Okay. Woo. So now this one is a little deeper. Okay.
Lord.
Oh, this one is this all the way. Yeah. So you have two sons, and you find out that one of them is sexually violating the younger one.
Oh.
Do you send the older one away to protect the other one? Do you keep them together as to not split up your family? What would you do?
Send them to therapy. I couldn't split my children up, honestly, because I know what a family and a house divided feels like. I know what happened in our family when we were split up, how violated me and my sisters both ended up, and hurt and damaged. When I think, and I truly believe this to this day, God rest my mother's soul, but I don't feel like that my parents ever lived down the guilt of dividing their children and splitting us up when we all had to go, you know, to do. And Mimi, you know this scenario, we all had to go. But I would, I believe that professional help for both of them, because they're gonna need. Yes, that too, Lula. There's gonna be.
But
some
Lula, you beat his ass, he's still gonna like. He still might be punishing the youngster while you at work.
Yeah. But see, but I agree with that. It would have to be therapy, because God knows that it is a really good thing to have an unbiased opinion and somebody that you can talk to. But you got to get to root of the problem of whatever it is. And this is just my personal belief. Nobody has to agree or disagree, but I just feel like therapy is really good for all ages.
It's good for all ages. But let me just address Awkwardly Real. Hold on one second. Awkwardly Real just said his ass going to jail. They're both school age children. Now what?
And what does jail really solve?
It don't. It teach them how to
do it more.
When you cage somebody up, they're gonna act like an animal. That's what I believe.
Okay. Awkwardly Real. Okay. And again, yeah, I think keeping them in the home, and maybe there's going to have to be more monitoring. You may have to separate the rooms. You may have to, somebody got to sleep in the room with mom and dad. I don't know how healthy that is either, or dad or whoever, mom and mom, dad and mom. It doesn't matter. I don't think that those children need to interact in the middle of the night, without supervision, but therapy is definitely needed, because you go to school, mom and dad go to work or whatever, and the kids are at home, if there's a lot of different scenarios that can crop up that it could continue to happen, Mimi. But at the end of the day, yeah, there's going to be some beating of the ass first and then therapy, because mom and daddy going to need therapy too. If you really think about it, the family is going to need counseling, not just the children, because you got to get to the root of why it is this child is acting out this way, and I'm not going to say of any fault of the parent, because I have had a scenario almost recently where I had to interject from being on the outside in of my family members telling me that they're dating someone where the son was molested by the older brother, and now he's acting out on the younger sister, and they've had to. So these are like real life scenarios, and I'm like, what? Oh no, you need to take your children to counseling, and he don't need to be in the same room with his sister, but at the same time, and I'm gonna say this, and I don't know how this is gonna come off, but I said,
it's all right.
He cannot come over my house, and I'm going to tell you why. The first time I interacted with the child, he's very touchy-feely. You know how kids, they just very loving, and they like hugs and things like that. I'm very funny about hugging people's children that I don't know. Like when it comes to Malik and everybody else, okay, y'all my babies, they's my nephew. Y'all get that love. I know your mama and everything else. I just met you. You're my family's girlfriend. These are your children. He's nobody in my family member. So now this child is coming over, and he's very affectionate. But now I understand why once I found out why it is. And I'm like, because I don't want CPS over my house, or something that the child says that may be in a child's mind, but could be taken or, misconstrued with, oh, well, Miss Gigi hugs me all the time. See, that scares me, because I know what it is to be raped. I know what it is to be molested. I know what it is to be a lot of things as well.
Yeah.
I know how that scenario ends up. And I have compassion for this child, but I just said they can come over to family gatherings, cookouts, things like that. But I'm really uncomfortable with the child being overly affectionate and hugging and touching on me particularly. If that's what you go for that. But for me, grabbing me, and then you only come up to my boobs anyway, and I ain't that tall. I'm about the size of a small child. You get what I'm saying? So, things can be accidentally brushed up and, and I don't want that. But what I've asked is that they have that conversation with her, since they were comfortable in relaying that information and bringing me into that scenario. I said, I think it would be really good. And I gave him a phone number of somebody, of a medical professional that they could talk to see if they can do some family counseling or reach out and just have one-on-one sessions with the child. Because apparently this young man this baby boy, he's only 10 years old. He's damaged.
Yeah.
Damaged. And I feel for him, and the little girl too, because she's going to remember this. I'm sorry, children can remember.
Absolutely. It changes you.
And she's 5. So can you imagine?
Wow.
And this is his sister.
So what would you do, Montee?
So coming from someone that was molested by my first cousin, not only did he molest me, but as I grew up, I found out that he molested my female cousin as well. And so coming from that and coming from a family that really didn't talk about sex because we born and raised Kojic, Church of God in Christ. So we really didn't talk about sex. That we talked about, my dad said a lot, about, the cat and stuff like that. That's what he called it, the cat. He would go get him some cat, or I'm gonna get some cat. He would say things like that, but we never talked about the violation of sex between two individuals that did not want it to happen. Hence the reason why I fell in love with my cousin, because I thought that was natural. I thought that was what was supposed to happen. It was because the lack of knowledge from me. It was the lack of knowledge that my parents gave me. So in a scenario like this, where I find out that my two children are becoming sexually intimate against one's will, it's problematic for me, because you've taken the innocence of a child. You've not let someone decide whether or not that's something that they wanted to do. And I'm only going from my experience, my innocence was taken away from me. In the process of it being taken away from me, I grew to like it. I grew to love it. I grew to fall in love with this man. And now he has 3 children of his own that are all boys. 3, 1, 2. No, he has 2 children that are boys, and I've often wondered, did he do this to his boys as well? Because the molester, if they don't get help, they continue to molest because they think that it's right. I myself, like Miss Gigi talked about, whenever I adopted my kids, I endured a lot of ridicule about adopting 2 boys, because a lot of people thought that I was just adopting these boys so I could have them in my house and I could molest them, I can feel on them, and I can touch on them and do things of that nature. I remember asking my then pastor for a letter of recommendation, and he was just like, I kind of don't get involved with all that, because if something was to ever happen to the kids, it would hurt me. And so I didn't understand what he was saying then, but I understand it now. What you were saying to me is that you really didn't trust me with these boys. But, that's a whole nother story, because that was his perception. I think that with me, they would definitely have to get some therapy. I don't always believe that you beat the child. I used to be that person that would beat and be like, I'm gonna beat their ass, I'm gonna do this. But in a situation like this, I don't think that you can beat those feelings out of a person.
Well, you gotta realize too, and I think what a lot of people don't realize as well, and I know this is controversial what I'm about to say, but when child molesters, predators, that's a form of mental illness.
It is.
And a lot of people don't look at it that way. They just look at it as they nasty and they need to die. But that's a form when in your mind, when you see this little person and you get sexually aroused, something is wrong. You gotta check your bone. Yeah.
And so with me, I would say, now, I'm not saying that in that moment, if I walked in on it, that I probably wouldn't have beat that child's ass or jacked them up or did something to them. However, I know that I love hard, and my thing is going to get these kids some help. It starts first with the younger one. The younger one is the person that's never going to feel adequate enough, and they're going to always question, why did it happen to me? I'm that person. Why did it happen to me? I'm always asking myself, am I not good enough? Or why did this happen to me? And it's oftentimes that in relationships, I've let people walk over me because I thought that was what was supposed to happen. I let people talk to me any kind of way because that molestation that happened to me as a child, it stays with you. It does not leave.
It never goes away.
And
certain things trigger.
And what Linda
you don't even realize what triggers until it actually happens.
I did not know in a relationship that words triggered me until I went to marital counseling, and and it was certain things that I realized that he just could not say to me because it put me back in that place of being molested. It put me back in a place of being molested. It put me back in a place of feeling not good about myself. It put me back in a place of feeling like a kid again. And so you have to be really vulnerable. I think that it's very important that that younger child that was molested gets a lot of help. And that means that you giving open space to talk and let that child tell you how they're feeling. Let you, and you may not want to hear it. You may have to walk off to your room and cry after it all happens, but you need to be that strong individual that can listen to that child and say, okay, I get it, I understand. I can tell my mama now what happened to me. She's able to listen to me now, but I'm 44. You know, and we just started having these conversations, you know.
But what if that older one is emulating behavior that happened to him?
Well, this is my scenario. And see, this was the scenario with the 10-year-old. The brother did this to him, and therefore he picked up that behavior. And now,
no, what I'm saying was done to the one that was the child. The one that was doing it to the younger.
It's possible. I believe
so that's why I say
in some kind of way. If
it gets kind of tricky, you can't just beat them because they are a victim too.
But you know what? That child needs help too. That child needs a whole nother help. And it may be, and as much as we don't like to hear this, and as much as we don't want to have to do this, but you may have to send that child off to get a different type of help. That child may have to go into a facility in order to where they can work hands-on with that child to make sure that that child is together. Now, will you ever look at your child differently? Will you ever look at your children the same?
I don't think I could look at them the same. I would love them.
I would love them
because I know what it's like to be rejected.
Yes.
However, I can't. That one for me, and I've been thinking about this all day. I don't know what I would do, even though coming from a place of being abused. I don't know, because it's like, how do you choose? For me, it would be in that moment, and that would be a hard decision. How do you choose one child over the other? I'm sending you away now. To me, it's for your own good, but to a child, you sending me away because you don't love me. You love that one more. It's a lot of different. And then because of how I was brought up and the family I come from, where folks were chosen over other folk, that would, I honestly, I pray that don't ever happen because I don't know. I honestly don't know what I would do.
So you know what, Mimi, let me tell you this. I think that it's very important that, so I've often wondered, let me say this. I've often wondered, how does my aunt view her child, you know, and out that he molested me, and out what he did to my other cousin, but she ignores it. It's like when we had this one family meeting, she said,
about it didn't happen.
Told me what he did. Lamont told me what such and such did to me. You know,
what's his name?
I'm not gonna do that.
Is he gonna be at the wedding?
Hey, no.
I'm about to say point him out to me because I'm gonna do something, get on out of town.
So I wonder why, you know, and how she views her child, you know, because my thing is, you know what he did, but however, you know what has happened? I became the outcast. I became the person.
That's always the case. Yes.
Because
because it's easier to not deal with you than to deal with the actual
blaming. Right. Okay,
because
it's victim
I went
blaming.
to jail. Because I went to jail. Because I became a full-fledged homosexual. I live in my truth. Then I became the outcast, and it's all well. Look what he and it's almost
because your cousin for real. And like, I know this ain't part of, but he a homosexual too.
Yeah, I mean, think about it.
He gayer than you, because think
about it. Think about it.
So true story. He was visiting where I'm from, you know, recently, and my sister called me and talked about the molesters here, and I was just like, "You are so stupid. Why would you call me with that?" And she was just like, "And he fat and nasty looking too," and I'm just like, "Girl, if you don't get off my phone, you know." And so I had to get off the phone with her. I mean, because for her, because she knows the truth and my family knows the truth. It's like it's divided. The family's divided now.
Absolutely.
But my thing is, it doesn't have to be this way. I forgave him because I'm a better person now, because I've dealt with it. I went through counseling and I still go through counseling about it.
True, Debbie.
That's very true, Debbie.
That is true, Debbie.
We need to normalize.
She said we need to normalize not protecting the abusers in our family.
I so
agree with that.
I so agree, because my thing is, my kids know who he is, and so my kids know. No. I can't never go to the bathroom if you in the bathroom. No, I can't never be around you like that. Now I can speak to you because I teach the kids to be respectful, but they know.
You don't be respectful. I tell them don't talk to his ass. Never. You see him go the other way.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one time I allow my kids to cuss.
Believe me,
you have three boys. You have three boys over there. And so if you found out one of your children was molesting the other one, what would you do?
That I do not know.
To say.
I would like to believe that I would protect the one, that was being molested. But it's like, how do you, and this, I'm not gonna say I like to believe. I know I would. I would protect the one that was being molested. But in the interim, how would you still love and support the other through treatment, and not make the younger child feel like
you're excusing it, like you're allowing it.
Yeah, absolutely. How? That I don't know. Now that one's I done made this shit up, and actually I know some, and these are actually real scenarios. Mm-hmm. This is stuff over the years that I don't know, folks have told me about, and I have seen. And with this particular one, it was a lady, and because my family, I come from a family full of school teachers, so this was a real scenario, and the woman was so ashamed that she just took her sons and moved out of town. So you don't know what happened.
Wow.
But I can't, to support, to protect one and not look like I'm deceiving him by supporting the other in treatment and still loving him because he did come from me. I don't, that one, I really don't know. I pray I'll never go through no shit like that. But I don't know. I honestly don't know what I would do in that situation.
I think too that you have to look at this piece. People protect people all the time from predators.
Mm-hmm.
You look at the church. How many times have we known that there's pastors that have slept with young girls, young boys in the church, but we still go and we support them and say hallelujah?
Oh, not me. That's no, not me. You know how I feel about church,
but
not me.
I'm saying like with
I call them out.
Like with neighbors,
like you nasty nigga.
Like with neighbors, and then that people that that have molested people in the family, like Uncle George got caught screwing one of the nieces and stuff like that.
So they just don't allow the nieces around him by themselves, but his ass still in the basement.
Yeah, the dirty old man. In the basement.
We had that in my family as well. I got a big ass family.
Yeah, like with even like in my family, the cousin that was molesting not only me but molested the other cousin, and I often wonder, are there other cousins that are just ashamed to say that they were molested too?
Because they saw, but that's the thing. If they saw you being pushed on the outskirts, why would they say, "Oh, me too"?
Right.
Nobody.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because actually, in my family, when I did find, and that was one of a few. It wasn't in the family, but that I was molested by, and I really never shared it with my parents because it's like they already know. They feel bad enough, that I was protected from that one. So it's like I'm just going, this other shit I can work out on my own, Mm-hmm. But when they see that you are, because this particular, and he wasn't even it was by marriage. He wasn't blood related, but he was supposed to be going to the NBA. So everybody wanted to ride that train.
Mm-hmm.
So young me got to walk around in this big ass family because my mother got 12 brothers and sisters. And it's only like 3 of them that I really fuck with, you know. Well, 4, I say 4. But I had to walk around and see these shirts that say so and so is my nephew, so and so is my cousin. You know, I got to see all of that. You know, and it was just a smack in the face. They didn't give a shit. They put a shit around me, you know. So it does, you know, and even as we had a female. Well, god darn, this is deep.
That's deep.
Damn. It is. But it's like you just don't want, and I do understand. And I think that's why I relate so well with gay men as well. Because I understand the whole plight of it's just easy for me just to keep my fucking mouth shut. I just live my shit in private or what, because it's hard.
But you
when
know
you
what?
out and you
You're
trying to heal,
internalizing them that too. And healing, sometimes you got to let certain things out and go because it manifests itself in other ways. And I found that out the hard way. You know, the ticky boom went boom.
It does.
You get what I'm saying? And it came out all at the wrong time, all in the wrong way. I felt blamed for years for something that I couldn't even.
That you had no control of.
I had no control of. I was a child. Yeah. You know, everybody said, "Oh, Jermaine, you should write a book." You want to know the real reason why? And I've had this conversation with Mimi too. The reason I wouldn't is because I know that it would embarrass other family members who aren't as outspoken as I am. Yeah. And if they're watching tonight, you know who you are, and I'm okay with that. There's no love lost. I love you. Your secret is safe with me in this sense. But at the same time, I'm gonna speak my truth, and y'all can put 2 and 2 together if you want to. You know, like I said, my immediate family, I came from a very loving family, but a very difficult and tumultuous type of upbringing because I was basically thrown to the wolves. I was separated. All of the culturally, we were raised in a way where you had to learn family business. So you had to go and live with everybody. Then it got to a point where my family could not provide for me and my sisters. So we all had to go and live with different family members. I, on the other hand, did not end up with a family member. However, I'm glad I didn't end up with that family member because it came out later. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but in that space, I still wasn't protected. You get what I'm saying? These people in these homes that they put you in, these people are predators. Okay. Majority of them are good people, but you have some that they just in it for the paycheck. They have children of their own that are probably traumatized too, because they're going through the same things, watching their parents go and do, you know, unconceivable things to these children who just passed through their homes. I was one of them.
Now this is deep right here.
So hold on.
So Awkwardly Real says a lot of people don't know that I'm gay because of molestation, and the molester was my dad. My grandmother hated. My lifestyle would have killed her to say it came from her son. Thanks, Dad, for sharing, because you gave me courage to share that publicly. Share that publicly. Therapy has taught me to deal with it. But again, we need to normalize not protecting the abuser. Now that's a whole lot to unpack right there.
And I you know what? I commend your courage, Awkwardly Real and Depth, because it is. And I hope that by all of us being able to speak our truth, live in our truth, walk in it for whatever reasons, that it does give people more courage to come out and say, hey, no, I am not going to protect. I am not going to be quiet about this anymore. I am not going to succumb to showing my children or other people's children or those that I'm in care of that it's okay to keep a secret that will later tear you apart and down.
Yeah.
You know,
we as a Black culture, we really don't talk a lot about molestation.
No.
We don't talk about raising gay children. We don't talk about those uncles that we knew that were gay, but we didn't talk about it, that died all of a sudden, and we hurried up and buried them. And we don't talk about those people that ran off and had children by their fathers,
And their
uncles.
brothers, and yeah.
We don't talk about that as a Black
Yeah.
person. So I want to say publicly tonight, Debbie, thank you. Thank you, Awkwardly Real, for speaking.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Mimi, for speaking your truth. Miss
Absolutely.
Gigi, myself, in speaking your truth. It's not that we're trying to call people out, but
We're trying to heal.
We
Yeah.
are.
And,
We
and
are.
you can't heal by, you can't put a band-aid on a daggone
you can't. You can't.
on a gun wound. You can't do it.
You can't. And so for this show
Thank you,
to
Debbie.
endure some of the things that we've endured, being called messy, being called, all kinds of things.
All kinds of things.
It allows me to see that, the work that we're doing. Yeah, we do it fun. We have fun with it. We talk and we may give you some things that make you clutch your pearls and things of that nature. But at the end of the day, this show was designed to offer a platform to allow people to express themselves in their spirit and in their truth. And once you are able to do that, that's when the healing comes. People don't understand that you have to be able to speak out things in order to get it off of you. And I get it. It takes a lot of time for people to get to this level. I still have aunts and uncles and people that will say, well, you shouldn't just say this, and my mom will call me from time to time, but boy, what? And then she didn't even watch the show, but somebody will call her, I saw Lamont, child, and Lamont said X, Y, and Z, and that old cussing Mimi, or and
That's right.
And my mom.
But you know what? You know what's funny? I don't know who follows me on Facebook, but I am one of those people. I would make anybody that is super duper private cringe, because I'm so not. And my thing is, for so long, I held this stuff. I said, why the fuck I'm holding it in? Why I got to feel this? Let their ass feel some of this shit I'm feeling. I'm not gonna be quiet. I want to heal. Period. I want to have, and you all have heard me say that the fairy tale don't exist, and and all of that came from because like I said in my live the other day, I had a dick in my mouth at 4 years old. That shit ain't normal.
No,
it's not. No. However, it was normal to me because I was 4. So I was like, oh, okay, this what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing. And it wasn't until I got older I realized, I said, I don't like how this feels. But at 4 you don't realize, what's what. I literally, because I had never given a man fellatio to the point of him ejaculating, because that's what he would make me do. And he would tell me, go and drink the milk. And I didn't realize that's why I don't like milk. You can't get me to get no fucking milk in my daggone house. Everybody thought I was trying to be healthy with almond milk. No, that's just, I can't do regular milk. In my mind, that's what the hell, that's what that was. So all of these years, and I don't even I realize now, with me being so bold, and everybody say, you cuss, you goddamn right. I like the way it tastes in my mouth and keep niggas up on. I just do. Shit. I like the way it tastes. So when you do that, what that means, and when you see another woman out here or another man that is just larger than life and they gonna be seen, it's a reason why they're being seen, because when you're quiet, Leslie, and when you're shy, that's when they can take you off to the side and they can abuse you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. When you are seen and you are out there, it's like you ain't gonna just take it. Now you might get it, but if you gonna have fight on your damn hands, you ain't gonna I'm not gonna just give it to you. So I've had all of these epiphanies over the last few weeks, and stuff that's triggered, stuff that I didn't even realize that I
Kim.
still had going on. But I said, God damn it. Yeah, the fairy tale. Who say the fairy tale don't exist? I can have a fucking fairy tale if that's what I want.
You can.
I just got to create some shit for me. But I know now, and that's why I hadn't wanted to be married, because I was always saying the only people want to be married is women that ain't been married yet. Because it wasn't all that to me. But I realize now, because I have to heal, that I wasn't a full whole person. Right. Even though I was a good wife, because I emulated what I knew I was supposed to do, but my heart wasn't in it. I was like, this shit is dumb. I don't like this. I'm like, why am I getting at the end? He don't deserve this.
And you know, that is
and for many years, statement. I didn't date. And it wasn't that I knew my worth. I'm learning it as I go. Now one thing I ain't gonna deal with no dude ain't got no damn money. That I'm not gonna do. But that's a whole nother issue. However, what I do realize is I have never, this defense mechanism has always been up. I've never allowed a man in because I ain't know how to. That's number one. Didn't trust, because what you're not gonna do, what I did now I loved my boys more than I loved me. That's why I didn't date. Because it wasn't because I knew my worth and I'm not about to, I ain't about to do that. It was because I damn sure ain't going to allow what the fuck happened to me to happen to them. And I'm not going to have them see no bullshit so they can, go out and be a deadbeat to another damn woman. So I was like, well, I'm just gonna have to thug this out by myself. So that's the real reason. So that's when I share this with people, because it's nothing to be ashamed of that you don't fully know your worth and you don't, really truly fully love yourself, because it's learned. That is a learned behavior, and I'm still learning it. I'm trust me, I do love myself. But to be, totally, to learn how to be vulnerable and be able to give my heart to someone else, for the sake of, and that's why I'm so, that's why I'm so
guarded.
Look,
no, that wasn't even. Well, I know I'm guarded. I already said that. So focused on healing is because I want my boys to have better than I did. I want them to have a real relationship and be a whole person, be able to give fully of themselves to another person.
You said something very interesting. Whenever you mentioned, how he would tell you to drink the milk.
Yeah.
Those are trigger words for you.
Absolutely.
And we often don't know our trigger words until we start sitting down and start unpacking. And that's the reason why counseling is very important. When I first got married, my second marriage, Jacoby, my first marriage was with a woman who was very abusive. And people didn't understand how I let her beat on me and how I let her, just do different things to me. But
I understand.
That was the way I was raised. And
that's what you felt, but deep down, that's what you felt you deserved.
Right, because of the molestation. I didn't understand that until I started unpacking. And so once we started going to marital counseling, and the very first time, Jacoby never hit me. He never put his hands on me. Right. Do I often agree with how our marriage went? No, but he never put his hands on me. I put my hands on him because it was a learned behavior from her. And so I had gotten fed up with being abused by her. So the very first time that he said a trigger word to me, I hauled off and I hit him, but which I didn't understand triggers. And so I didn't understand why in the beginning our sexual relationship suffered, because the way that he would talk to me sexually, it was a turnoff and it was a trigger word. You can't date me. You can't be in a relationship with me and tell me, oh, suck this dick. No, because that's what the molester did to me. I didn't understand that part of me until I started unpacking that in counseling. And the very first time that I was made to go to counseling, because I was made to go to counseling, I thought that, it was for crazy people, but that's what Black people have implanted in our.
And that's why we so screwed up.
That's the reason why. It's because we always say, oh, you only go to counseling if you're crazy or if you're suicidal or things of that nature. No, counseling is designed for you to unpack some things and be able to talk to somebody
and learn coping mechanisms.
And learn coping mechanisms. And so once I got into that, it was then that I learned, okay, Jacoby, you can get what you want, honey, from me, but you have to learn to talk to me a little bit better. You can't come at me like that. And so once we started talking about it, then I started learning things. So now, as I'm ready to start dating, or whenever I start getting ready to that tell me that that's never true. I was told by my therapist, told me that that's never true. What's not true?
Never true.
Yeah.
What's not true? I want to hear
elaborate, baby.
And so, once now that if I meet somebody, you need to know these are my trigger words, because I'm comfortable in my skin now to tell you, put your hands on me. You can't call me stupid. You can't call me this. You can't call me that. And you definitely can't come to me and tell me, suck this dick, because that's going to get your feelings hurt. It's going to get you real crazy too. And you might catch these hands. But the thing about that is it's coming from learning yourself and being able to unpack what happened to you.
Hey, Debbie, I try to tell people all the time.
Let me tell you, we are all
we one step away,
bad decision away from being locked up. Everybody.
And I'm gonna tell you, and mine was kind of the opposite. I always stay guarded. I did not trust. I still have trust issues. It's not something that and yeah, people, she's crazy. She said, I refuse to be married. I was called runaway fiance for a long time. Okay, I told y'all, because, and I was like, my husband broke my record. I was great at avoiding, great at basically sabotaging my own relationships. You get what I'm saying? It's not you, it's me. And getting out of, getting out. And you know what? Hey, I ain't even mad at you, Debbie, because I understand. Been there, done that.
Because I understand.
But it happens. It happens. Because sometimes the person getting it, they don't even realize.
Remember, I said
where you at.
For me, the ticket boom went off. The ticket boom went all the way off. Because I didn't know my triggers.
Boom. They don't understand it.
They don't understand.
And so they don't understand why it is that when people say trigger words to you. And so I'm thankful for counseling, because I've learned to that's a method that I learned in counseling, was to move my buttons. So when people learn how to push your buttons, they know where they are. They know where they are. And so when you can move a button over here, and then they study trying to hit right here, but the button is really back here. And when they find that button, then you move it over here. Then you're able to deal with things totally different. I had a conversation with my best friend yesterday, and I was telling him, I was like, you know what? You really pissed me off. And he was just like, well, you really pissed me off at times too. And I thought about it, because that's a trigger for me. Because my thing is, if I accuse you of something, then don't come back and accuse me of something. If you hadn't said nothing about it then, why are you bringing it up now? Because that's a defense mechanism for me. And so I had to think about that thing. And I said, you know what? Let me be quiet. Let me come back and gather myself, because I know those are triggers. And I really don't want to come from a place of where I'm spitting out.
Me too, Deb.
Me too, Deb.
That's tough. I've learned how to tame my tongue a lot. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm much better than I used to be, because
of course, it takes work. Everything's a journey. It takes work.
I didn't. Well,
mine ain't tamed. Well, I got finesse with it, but it ain't tamed.
Well, then the finesse is what you got.
I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell for me, and it's just for me. It's better for me to I'm gonna lay this shit out. Now we can still be friends after I say what I got to say, but that's on you. But I'm gonna say what it
That's
is I got
it.
to say. I'm
And
not walking away.
Monty, I'm not PC all the time. I just try to be, because I got one of them jobs where if they come across the Monty, they're going to be like, this little girl done sat up here. But let me tell you something. And I will go tell them, fuck you too. Okay. And most of the times I just be like, okay, after 5 o'clock, bitch. You know, it's just like whatever. Because I am no longer holding things in. I have been more real
Absolutely not.
with myself. And Debbie, this one's for you too, honey, and awkwardly real. This what meds do when you have to change dosage because you're dealing with a lot. I'm dealing with the death of my mother, and not after 7 years and a dying father currently, but the death of my mother really triggered a lot of things for me. Yeah. Because there was a lot of closure I did not get. However, I had to learn to make closure for myself. And that's a whole nother talk show, because some stuff you're not going to get closure in this life.
Absolutely not. And you
just have to face it and say, you know what? I accept it. I'm done with it. I love her no matter what. When I see her on the other side, I can hug it out with her then. But for right now, I'm going to go see my therapist. I'm going to go talk about shit. And thank you, Debbie. And I am going to move forward. And most people don't even know the things that I deal with marriage-wise. Yeah. I have a very loving husband, but right now he's not here. And for the reasons he's not here is a whole nother talk show, but I'm not ready to face that yet, because I am protecting his privacy, because that's how in love I am with my husband. And I'm 49 years old. Okay. And I have been through the ringer to find that diamond in the rough that is my husband presently. And there are many days where I say,
well, he's perfect for you.
He's perfect for me.
He's perfect for you.
And this is it. And this is it for me, because I'm not doing this shit twice. I'm sorry. I can't. Marriage was a one and done for me.
Child, I'm gonna be the Black Elizabeth Taylor, honey. I already know. I'm gonna do the shit tell it till I get it.
You know,
but
what?
The next one,
and
I
say
have
that now, but we might be on a show a couple of years from now where I have to bring him on. But I'm gonna tell you, I struggled in my marriage the first few years because we were dealing with a lot as a family. We were running a business. We were managing my mother's health. We were managing my health. And when I got assaulted by somebody we hired and he put me in the hospital, my husband is going to jail because he done opened a whole can of whoop ass and then some on this person, you know, and defending his wife's honor, defending his household, defending his family. You know, I was dealing with that while dealing with my mother dying, while dealing with my father still currently ill. There was a lot to take on, trying to keep a job, the type of job that I have. You can't talk about certain things. So I really had to hold a lot of things in when you want to cuss somebody out at work because they didn't hit a trigger or a nerve with you. And I'm just like, and this pre-COVID, so I'm physically in your face and I'm sitting in the meeting like, bitch, you got one more time to come out of pocket with me and I'm coming across this conference room table. It's been many days like that where I had to stay poised and keep my composure and be professional because I'm Black. I'm a Black woman and we're not allowed to show our emotions. We're not allowed to live in our truth.
We're not allowed to be angry or have a bad day, period.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
Day.
We're not. Because a bad day can end our Black asses up in jail.
Exactly. And then when you got the creep across the table giving you the reckless eyeball because he one step away from getting a sexual harassment suit against me and it's being allowed, but he's also my trigger in that room. You see what I'm saying? And I have to go home and face my husband every day and say, no, baby, don't come up to the job because he knows that I'm frustrated. And he's like, somebody's messing with you and somebody done pushed a different type of button with you. And now I got to deal with my wife coming home because it's some creep at her job.
Well, let me tell you this.
And things
and I hear what you're saying, but anybody else that's going through some shit like that, and somebody giving you the little footsies under the table, and you know, slipping you the sending you
Debbie,
dick pics, that happens at work.
Yeah.
What your ass see? This what I would do, but this is 46-year-old me now after all these years. When something like that happens, you have to nip it in the bud.
Oh, I
And
do.
you have to in the conference room say, sir, I will not be getting you ass. Can you please stop sending pictures of your penis on my damn phone? You got to call folks out in front of everybody because they're able to move the way they do because
I had
nobody
to put a
knows.
whole job on my way out the door, calling somebody out basically in a professional headlock. You see, that's the extent I'm gonna take it to, because I'm gonna end up in jail behind somebody's foolishness that ain't worth it. He devalued me as a woman because apparently that's who he was as a person. And I can no longer give my life over to people for the sake of some coin. But we also know that that was neat. But in order for me to get to that point, I had to share that with my husband to say, there's a man on my job, and I don't want you to come to my job, and I don't want you to find out about this in a different way where it puts me and you both in a situation, you know. So, you know, we just want to make sure that we are using all caveats and avenues to put this in a way where we protect ourselves, our family, our home, our livelihood first. This was all I knew to do, because I knew I married the man who rolled with him, rolled for me. He's the Clyde to my Bonnie. So I knew this. You know, but I had to be real with myself too. I am going to work every day and being triggered. I'm going to human resources. They know about it. They know this person is this type of person. And yet I will lose my job before he will. You get what I'm saying? So what I'm going to do is grab your balls in the parking lot when ain't nobody looking and drag your ass up under my car. See, I'm not allowed to do that because then I'm going to jail. But I had to confront him on my way out the door, meaning I quit my job because I no longer wanted to put myself in a position where his behavior was allowed. So I was like, I had to take the measures. And that's why I said every scenario that we've talked about tonight, we have to think about, we don't know until we're in it most of the time.
Nothing is ever black and white.
No, it's
there
not.
are always different, you know, underlying issues that are going on that can change your scenario. It might be the same, you know, across the board that it looks like, you know, just looking at it, but it's a lot of different things that are going on behind the scene. And I want to say something that Debbie said earlier, how she, you know, because she was abused, because I don't even want to call it molested. You were sexually violated by multiple folks. And when she said that, that's why she had 5 children by the time she's 21. That's something else I want to address. And this is normally church folk, but I ain't going to just talk about y'all tonight. This is for anybody. Stop being so fucking judgmental. When you see, why don't she keep having them babies? Bitch, go ask her why. Go ask her why.
Because apparently somebody's looking for love.
It's not normal for somebody to just keep having babies and they don't have a way to take care of them. They're not old enough to do shit on their own. Go. Instead of being judgmental and run tell that, because that's what I be calling them, run tell that senior, run tell that junior. Stop doing that. Go to that sister or that brother and ask them, what's going on with you? Are you all right? And find out what their story is. See if you can be of assistance. But stop. No, don't mind your business. Not there. Not there, Miss Linda. I can't say mind your business there because there's a lot of folks that really need help. And too many folks look the other way. That's the problem. That's what happened in our damn family. Too many folks look the other way.
But instead of business, if you don't have nothing nice to say, that's
what I'm saying is, for those folks that's running and telling something, you know, or they talking about the woman that's loose. Oh, she wanted, nobody want that shit. That's learned behavior. That's all you know. You're seeking validation because this is what was introduced to you so early in life. That's the only way you know to show that you like somebody or to feel love. Even if it's a lie, sometimes a lie feels damn good. So that's why folks do the stuff that they do. But we in society, we need to stop judging these women and calling them hoes and calling them loose and you know, all the derogatory words that we use for these women and these men. It's a reason why. Nobody does what they do just because they want to do it. It's always a reason why.
I want to say this. We've touched on a really, really sensitive topic on tonight, molestation, and that could have possibly opened up some wounds for some people. That could have possibly opened up some areas that they have not dealt with or were ready to deal with. People may have logged off because it made them feel some type of way, or some people are still listening. Somebody might be crying right now. And so what I want to say to those individuals, if you are feeling any type of way, please inbox us so we can direct you to get some physical help, some professional help, because it's real and there's nothing to be ashamed of. But we as a group would much rather you have someone that you could talk to, that you would be able to unpack the situations that you may have dealt with or you may be dealing with right now. We don't know who watches us. All I see is 20 views up here. And that's what I see. But that doesn't mean, I know oftentimes when we get off the show, we may see that 200 and something people have viewed the show.
Yeah.
And our thing is, we always want to help people, but I don't want to leave people with books open and they don't know how to turn the page or they don't know how to close the book. And so I want you to know that if you are in need, if you are being abused or you are the abuser, feel free. There is no judgment here. Feel free to reach out to us so we can direct you in the place that you need to go to get some help.
Or have already been abused.
Because mental illness is real. Mental illness is real. And there's Try Talk Space. You can go there. That's a safe place to go. You can reach out, and as much as me says that I'm the minister, as much as she despises some churches and she has issues with some churches, there are some churches
it's not all.
Right. I said some. And so there are some churches that offer safe spaces for you to talk to. That word's a trigger for me right now. Safe space. But there are some safe spaces that you can go to get some help, because it's important that as we're talking about things, we are opening up wounds or we're taking band-aids off of areas and leaving them exposed. So I want to make sure that you are given the right tools in order to grow, heal, and maneuver throughout life. Debbie said that, she was molested by her boy babysitter, and she had 5 children by the age of 21. I know Debbie personally, and I want to say this, Debbie, you are a strong Black woman. I am so proud of you beating the odds, because most people have said that you would never amount to be anything and would live on welfare your entire life. But because you took a bad situation and you educated your children, and now look at who you are now. Oftentimes we don't understand why things happen to us. We don't understand. And I'm not the person that's going to say, oh, well, God wanted it to happen. No. I will say that it was allowed to happen. It was allowed to happen to you. There's a story in the Bible, Mustard Seed Ministry, about Job. Job was sick. Job endured a lot of things. Job lost his children. Job lost everything that he had. However, Satan got permission from God and said, can I try him? Can I test him? It didn't say that, it was all going to be good. It didn't happen that way. And look how Mimi looking like, oh, here we go. But
no, because this the part where I be like, God, what the fuck is you doing? Why are you allowing it?
But that's just it. In order for Job
to get that double portion.
But see, what I'm saying is, when we talked about in the book of Job, see, this is where because I don't think like everybody else. So Satan was allowed to kill his children and take everything, but they said, but he was restored. God gave him some more.
Mhm.
I don't want this one. I want the one that's dead.
And I get that.
I get that. That's human nature.
Okay, but that's all I'm saying. So
Yeah.
that ain't for me. That ain't the best. That ain't the best example.
Listen, baby. Listen, I wish that I could
okay.
go back and get some of the stuff that I lost. However,
but that's stuff. That's not a person.
No.
I wish my mama was here.
Go back and get some people.
Don't get no better realer than that for me.
Let me
wish my mother was here.
go back and get some people that I lost, but it had to happen in order to get me where I am now.
And for me to grow into this and let go of some stuff. And I honestly believe that. You know me.
And that's a whole nother show because me and God, we still trying to get back on speaking terms. I mean, real good.
Look, he knows you better than any of us on this panel or anybody listening. So that's for you.
And I still, it's a lot of shit. I want to say, what was you doing, sir?
Mm-hmm.
This ain't make no sense.
He's going to say, I was molded and shaping you.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong. People will tell you that you shouldn't question God. But my thing is, I cannot have a question. I cannot have a conversation with God if I can't
asking questions. Yeah.
If I
want you to ask questions,
then we're not having a conversation.
Yeah.
It's not even a conversation. So it's okay to ask God why.
He's not a dictator. He might be God Almighty, but he's not a dictator. He said, "Be my friend. You can talk to me." Don't we talk about everything? I talk to God about everything. I tell him when I'm angry at him, why did you allow my mama to die? Why did you allow the cancer to riddle her body? But I thought about it. And I allowed you all to have a better relationship. I gave you more time than what the doctors allowed so you could build upon things that you didn't know. And guess what? She's resting comfortably with me. So when you have a different conversation, because I needed to grow you up too, Jermaine, and mold and shape you into this woman that you are becoming, because I'm not quite her yet. And I needed your husband to be removed from out of your life right now so you could grow and learn me. These are not things that I welcomed. These are things that needed to happen and be allowed so I could see Jermaine and find the strength in me. Yeah.
I never understood my relationship with my father. My dad was a good provider, great provider, provided for my mother, did everything he could in the household. He had issues. He had issues. And it's not that I'm on here talking bad about my father, but my daddy was a hoe. You know, he was a straight up hoe. Everybody in Pampa, Texas knew who my daddy went with, how long he went with, and the women that he went, they knew, you know. But then my dad would call me names growing up. He would call me big girl, you know, because I was feminine. He would do things, you know. But whenever my father had his stroke and I was allowed to take care of my dad, that was when our relationship got so much better. That was when my dad accepted me for being a homosexual. That was when my dad told me, I don't care who you with, I love you in spite of, and go do you. He had never, do you hear me? Had never told me that he loved me. Never. He never said those words that were, I love you. And so to hear my daddy tell me that he loved me in spite of, that right there lets me know that it had to happen. It had to happen. And when my dad died on my birthday, I questioned who I was. But that was the best gift that my father could ever give me, was to say yes to God on my birthday and to let go and not be in pain no more, where I didn't have to deal with that anymore. And so I'm thankful that the things that I've endured in life happened. Have they felt good? No. Do they always feel good? No, they don't. But it had to happen in order to get me here.
The growth feels great.
I'm thankful. I'm thankful to be able to go back and say, oh, my daddy loved me, because he told me. He told me when I took that man to my daddy's room and said, this is who I'm about to marry and this is who I'm going to be with.
Yes,
and he said, as long as you're happy, that's what matters to me. I can give two damns about nobody else or what nobody else thinks about Lamont. I don't care. And to know that my family supports me the way that they do. They don't all agree. You know, I have an aunt that said that she would never come visit me as long as I was married to Jacoby, but now she wants to come. You're not welcome.
Yeah.
Stay where you are.
Yeah.
Do what you do. And I'm not even mad at you, but it had to happen. I had to see who you really, really was.
Well, I'm mad at her. I don't want to see that happen.
Mimi. So listen.
I love you. I love you, Mimi.
I love y'all. I love you all. I love you. I love you. I love you. Mimi, this was a great show. Great job out to you for even coming up with this scenario thing. And I agree we should do this once a month. So we're going to put this in rotation. Congratulations for you for being who you are.
I won't be so swollen next time. Look, be so swollen.
Girl, it's all right. I'm swollen too. We match.
Girl, it's all right. We match. I love you.
Well, listen,
yes. And Monty, I love you too. You know what? Like I said, and y'all make sure I'll never put this hair back on because I've been struggling with this all night. Girl, I wasn't feeling it. I'm not feeling it. Y'all know I got Okay. I'm not feeling it. I was, but maybe
I want you to like what you got going on.
I do.
I love me. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna whip my hair back.
I'm talking about the your situation. I think it's cute.
It's gonna do what you do.
If you need help, please inbox us. Please.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let us know.
Absolutely.
Well, it ain't even about us knowing who you are or anything like that. This right here in the chair with Montee, it goes straight to the producer. The producer will see it. I don't have to see it. Mimi doesn't have to see it. It goes straight to the producer. They can direct you.
Now, if you want me to see it, just tell them, and I'll talk to you.
Yes.
If you want Mimi to see it,
I am helpful. I am. I know a lot of shit just because I don't have no degrees in it, but I lived it. So I know how it looks, and that's how I can see it on other folks. Right. And I can help you through. I can help you through a lot. I might not be able to help you through everything, but I can help you through a lot because I operate in love. That's how I move. It's love and it's truth. I ain't never gonna fucking lie to you, not ever. Just like she just said harshly, she ain't gonna never lie to you. I'm not. I ain't gonna lie to you. I love you too much to lie to you. It's not. She's gonna give you. Tell you this shit ain't normal. It ain't normal. Yeah. So listen, thank you, Miss Gigi, for tonight. I love you. I'm praying for your friend.
I love you.
I'm praying for you, and Mimi did it earlier.
Yes.
And so I want you to know, thank you so much. Mimi, I love you, girl. I love you too. And I'm, what's your cut? Lacrease, what's her name? Lacrease? Lacrease. I'm here to wear it with my rose gold on. Yeah. So listen, y'all have a wonderful night. We love you. God bless you. Stay safe. Yeah. Good night.
I got something to say.